Good evening, everyone, and a hearty welcome to Aurora Online Classes. Once again, and I am back with a new lesson for you, My Childhood by APJ Abdul Kalam from your book Beehive, and this is for the students of ninth standard. Actually, My Childhood is an extract from the autobiography of Abdul Kalam Azad and means APJ Abdul Kalam, Wings of Fire. So here, Wings of Fire is the autobiography of APJ Abdul Kalam. So Abdul Kalam is the narrator, he is the writer, and it is his autobiography. It is his book. He has written this book himself, autobiography. And My Childhood is a part of his book, Wings of Fire. It is an extract from his book, Wings of Fire. APJ Abdul Kalam, who is popularly known as Missile Man of India, and he rose up to a world-class scientist, we all know. And under his leadership, India became a nuclear power. It was his ardent desire to see India as a nuclear power. And ultimately, India became a nuclear power. Apart from this, APJ Abdul Kalam served India as the 11th president of it from the year 2002 to 2007. So he rose to the topmost position of being the 11th president of India. Now let us try to understand about APJ Abdul Kalam's early life, My Childhood. So let's go ahead. What does he talk about it? In fact, the first point, I'll give you the detailed summary of this lesson. I am here with a very elaborate summary of this lesson, My Childhood. He talks about his early education, he talks about his family, he talks about his teacher, and at the same time he talks about the caste rigidity in those days. So let's go through the point void summary, detailed summary. First point is birth and childhood. Actually, the narrator himself, Abdul Kalam, is the narrator. And Abdul Kalam was born in Rameswaram on 15th October 1931. Now Rameswaram is in the state of Tamil Nadu. And his parents were neither educated nor rich. So his parents were not rich, his parents did not receive any formal education, but they were very kind-hearted man. His father was a man of great wisdom. They were very generous. They were very generous. They were very kind-hearted. And when we talk about Kalam's siblings, means brothers and sisters, he had 3 sisters and 1 brother. All of them lived in their large Pakka houses. Pakka house. All of them lived in their large Pakka ancestral house on the Mosque Street in Rameswaram. Means they had their ancestral house on the Mosque Street in Rameswaram, and this was their ancestral house. This was the house of their parents, fathers and forefathers. In Hindi, Pustani Makan, Baap Dadon ka Makan. So, and his mother used to feed many poor people and others every day. So his mother, Kalam's mother, used to feed many poor people and others. There used to be a huge crowd of people to his house every day, and his mother was a very kind-hearted woman, very sincere lady, and she used to feed, she used to give food to those poor people and others. So actually, and he lived, Kalam lived very peacefully. He had a very secure childhood. Actually, his parents were not rich, they were not so educated and rich, but they understood the importance of better upbringing, and Kalam got a better upbringing by his parents, and they all lived lovingly and peacefully in Rameswaram. Let us talk about his first earning. First earning means first wages, पहली कमाई, पहला income. The Second World War broke out in 1939, and the narrator, means Kalam, was only 8 years old. Means when the Second World War broke out in 1939, at that time Kalam was only 8 years old. He was a child, and in those days there was a great demand for tamarind seeds. So when there was a great demand for tamarind seeds, Kalam used to collect tamarind, means imli ka beej. So Kalam used to collect tamarind seeds and sold them to a provision shop in order to earn some money. Apart from this, he has his cousin Samsuddin, and his cousin was a newspaper distributor. His cousin Samsuddin distributed newspapers. So he also, means Kalam also helped his cousin Samsuddin in selling the newspapers. Samsuddin employed Kalam as his helping hand, and in this way Kalam earned his first wages, earned his first earning. He had his first earning. He in this way he started earning some money. New teachers discriminatory attitude. Point number 3, new teachers discriminatory attitude. In those days, Kalam was a Muslim, but his parents were very kind hearted. His parents believed in the equality of all religions. He was a secular person. He had respect for all religions. There was no discrimination between Muslim and Hindu, and Kalam's parents never discriminated anyone on the basis of community or on the basis of any religion. So actually he had love for Hindus, he had respect for Hindus, and he had love and respect for other religions like Hinduism, like Christianity, like Islam, and some other religions. So actually he was a secular person. A secular person means one who has equal respect for all religions. So this was the atmosphere of Kalam's family, and they lived. Actually, he lived in the Hindu society, Orthodox Hindu society, but most of his childhood friends were Hindus, and he had 3 childhood friends, and they were high caste Brahmin, and they were Hindus. New teachers discriminatory attitude. Abdul Kalam had many Hindu friends, as I have said, and he used to sit with Ramananda Sastri. Ramananda Sastri was a high class Brahmin, and he was the son of the head priest of Rameswaram temple, and Kalam used to sit with Ramananda Sastri in the first row in his class when he was a child. So once in his school a new teacher came, and he did not like Muslim sitting with a Hindu boy. Ramananda Sastri was a Hindu, Arvindan and Shiv Prakashan were Hindus. They belonged to a Brahmin family, and they were high caste Brahmin. And actually, Kalam used to sit with Ramananda Sastri, who was a Brahmin. But when that new teacher came, he knew nothing about them. So he told Kalam. Kalam was wearing a cap on his head, and these Hindu boys were wearing sacred thread. In Hindi we call it Janev. So the Hindu boys were wearing a sacred thread on their chest, and Kalam was wearing a cap. Being a Muslim, he was wearing a cap on his head. So the new teacher did not like a Muslim boy sitting with a Hindu boy. So in his class, he told Kalam to go back and sit on the back bench. Kalam did not like it. Even his friend Ramananda Sastri, because they were the childhood friends, and even Ramananda Sastri did not like the way the new teacher treated him and Ramananda Sastri. Then they complained against the teacher to his father. Means Ramananda Sastri started crying and he went back home. Nobody liked it. And then Ramananda Sastri's father, Lakshmana Sastri, actually when Lakshmana Sastri came to know about this behavior of the teacher, he called the teacher, he scolded the teacher, and he told the teacher that you should apologize for it, you should feel sorry for it, and you should not spread the poison of inequality. You should not discriminate between a Hindu and a Muslim. You should not spread the poison of inequality among the students, among the children. So you should apologize for the mistake that you have done, for the mistake that you have committed. The teacher came, the teacher felt sorry for his mistake, and not only that, he regretted at his behavior. So this was an incident, and this incident had a very lasting and deep impact on Abdul Kalam. Now, a liberal science teacher. Now, Ramananda Sastri had one more teacher, Siva Subramaniam Iyer. Siva Subramaniam Iyer was also a high class Brahmin. He was an orthodox Brahmin, but Siva Subramaniam Iyer, actually he was his science teacher, and being a science teacher, he was very sincere and he loved Kalam too much, and he was a secular person. Means Siva Subramaniam Iyer was his science teacher. He was very sincere, he was a kind-hearted man, he was a liberal man, he was a secular man. He had respect for all the religions, and he had great love for APJ Kalam. So one day Subramaniam Iyer invited Kalam when he was a child, when Kalam was a child. So one day he invited Kalam for dinner to have his meal, and Kalam went there. Kalam went to his home, and his wife was very conservative, very orthodox, बहुत पुरानी विचार की. So his wife means Subramaniam Iyer's wife was very conservative, and being a very conservative Hindu Brahmin, she did not like the idea of being a Muslim in the house. So she refused to serve him food. Means Iyer's wife refused to serve Kalam food, and then actually it was really very shocking for Iyer's wife, and it was very shocking for Iyer too, Subramaniam Iyer too. Subramaniam Iyer did not like the habit of his wife. So he next time Subramaniam Iyer, his science teacher, invited Kalam once again to his house for dinner, for having meal. And when Kalam went to his house next time, Subramaniam Iyer served him food with her own hands. So these two incidents had a very deep impact on Kalam, APJ Abdul Kalam. Now Kalam's talk about human values. As I said that there was caste rigidity those days actually, but Kalam was born and brought up in such atmosphere where both the Muslims and Hindus lived peacefully, both the Muslims and Hindus lived together, they lived in harmony, and they were always, both the Muslims and Hindus were always ready to support each other, both the Muslims and Hindus were always ready to help each other, and both the Hindus and Muslims were always ready to share things with each other. So this was these two incidents had a very deep impact, deep effect on Kalam's mind. Now Kalam's talk about that what qualities he had inherited from his parents. Actually, parents play a very vital role in molding the personality of a child, in molding the character of a child. So Kalam says that the narrator means Kalam inherited honesty and self-discipline from his father. Father was a man of wisdom, great wisdom, and he was a very well disciplined man. His father was a well disciplined man, highly disciplined person, and the narrator inherited honesty and self discipline. These qualities, the qualities of honesty and self discipline from his father. When he grew up, all these qualities means the qualities of honesty, the qualities of sincerity, the qualities of hard work, the quality of self discipline helped Kalam a lot to achieve the highest position in the world. And he had love for humanity. Kalam had love for humanity. He had no discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, color, and community. He had respect for Hinduism, he had respect for Christianity, he had respect for Islam, and he inherited, he got the values, human values like honesty and self-discipline from his father. Now his mother, Kalam's mother. Kalam's mother was a very kind-hearted and sincere lady, and from her, means from her mother, Kalam got the qualities of faith in goodness and kind-heartedness, deep kindness. Kalam's mother was a generous lady, she was a very kind-hearted lady, and she believed in goodness. So from his mother, Kalam learned the qualities of faith in goodness and also the quality of being kind-hearted. Actually, his mother, Kalam's mother and grandmother used to tell him the story, the bedtime story from the extract of the Ramayana and from the life of Prophet Muhammad. So Kalam was brought up in such an atmosphere where there was no discrimination between Hinduism and Muslims or Islam. Actually, as I have said, that Kalam used to listen to the stories of Ramayana, and also he used to listen to the story of the life of Prophet Muhammad from his mother and his grandmother. So when Kalam grew up, he took his father's permission to study at Ramanathapuram. His father agreed to do so. Now it was time for APJ Abdul Kalam to go for higher studies. For this, he wanted permission from his father, and his father permitted him to continue his higher studies, to go for his higher studies. So he went to Rameswaram to continue his higher studies. But his mother did not want. It was really a painful experience for Kalam's mother to get separated from Kalam. She became very emotional, she became very sentimental. She didn't want that her child should be separated from her. But she became very emotional, Kalam's mother, at the time of separation, because Kalam was going to Rameswaram for higher studies, and Kalam's father was there. Kalam's father referred to Khalil Gibran, a Persian philosopher, to console her with the idea that her children were not hers but of life's longing for itself, and they came through her. Kalam's father made her understand that your children came through you, but they are not from you. And so you should not impose your will on this child. You should not impose your will and wish on this child, because this is your child. But let this child flourish. Let this child inculcate the habit of a great man. Let this child inculcate the habit of a great man a good human being in true sense. And education is a must for this child. So let this child go outside, let this child go outside, or let this child go to Rameswaram to continue his further studies. Now this child is not only ours, this child is for the whole country. This child is for the whole country. This child has to understand the responsibility. This child has to understand that he has the responsibility for his parents, he has the responsibility for his family, he has the responsibility for his society, he has the responsibility for his community, and he has the responsibility for his nation, for his country. This is what Kalam's father made Kalam's mother understand when Kalam was going to Rameswaram for his higher studies. So this is the detailed summary of this lesson, dear, and I hope that you must have understood it properly. And Kalam rose to the topmost position of being the 11th President of India. He served this country from 2002 to 2007, and unfortunately Kalam died. Kalam left us in the year 2015. His death was a huge loss for all of us. His death is still a huge loss. I would say that irreparable loss for each and every one. Such a man, such a son of Mother India is born rarely. So a big salute to Mishail man. Such a man is born, such a child is born very rare in this world. So thank you very much, dear, and hope whatever I have taught you is clear to you. That's all for today. I have given you the detailed explanation of the lesson. My childhood is an extract from Kalam's autobiography, Wings of Fire. Wings of Fire is a very famous book, and this lesson, My Childhood, is an extract from his autobiography, that is Wings of Fire. Thank you very much. That's all for today.